I hope this works. I hope this works. We're gonna actually just try for this recording because I'm not sure if this works. Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft. For sure. Because I love Minecraft. I've played Minecraft for probably 8 years now. So maybe. Like I've not actually actively. I think I've played 8 years, but like 10 years, I've actually like known about Minecraft and played it somewhat. So let's name this for first recording. This I'm actually gonna just delete this world when I'm gonna stream because I low-key want to start my world when I'm streaming instead of just like playing it on a recording. And the reason why I'm recording this video today is because the problem is I just made my YouTube channel now, and the problem is I don't have the permission to stream yet on YouTube, and I want to stream on YouTube, not Twitch, because Twitch is it's a dying platform basically. I'm not gonna build my reputation on a dying platform. So the reason why I made this channel and overall just like kind of gaming, I want to make gaming videos is because I can just like kind of do stuff while I'm talking about stuff, you know. I'm doing stuff, I'm talking stuff. That's that's basically life to me, and the same is probably gonna happen to this channel. That you know, I'm just gonna live, die. That's it. So this channel is it's gonna live for a while, then it's gonna die, and that's it basically. Anyway, I might just kind of like try to do stuff, and then I'm gonna stop this recording, see if it's fine. Then I'm gonna change some settings if it's not fine, because apparently it's a little bit laggy on the on my display. But I mean, I feel like the recording itself, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's just more about like I want to talk about stuff. I want to like my gameplay is fine, but that like when I'm looking at the OBS, it's kind of laggy. So I just kind of wanna I don't really want a laggy gameplay for y'all, but I mean, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. We have potato. And by the way, look at my skin. It's so fucking fire. It's so fucking fire. Look at this shit. And this guy's looking at me like, what the fuck is you? This skin's name, by the way, is probably the best thing ever. Rat, but he is infected by cheese. Yes. What a beautiful name, honestly. And overall, just like the concept is very beautiful. Never seen this kind of a concept used before. You're welcome to introduce me to a concept that may disprove this concept's originality, but I doubt you can find anything. Anyway, we're gonna get some iron right now because we are low-key broke right now. Anyways, the thing I said before, that like I want to talk on this channel, I'm just gonna kind of come up with new topics meanwhile I'm playing, because I just always get new topics in my head, and I just like kind of I'm myself very interested in looking back and seeing what my ideas are and stuff. And I feel like, I can share that here. I don't necessarily have anything too crazy to say, I don't think. I mean, obviously, it kind of depends on who you ask. Is it crazy or not? But whatever. Anyway, we're gonna kind of play and see after recording. Does this look fine or does it look uh not fine? Yes. Um, and then we're gonna continue recording. Anyway, I'm gonna get this iron real quick, and I didn't craft this fucking axe. You know, you can chase me all you want. Hold on, let me get this crafting table real quick. Please, please, man. Please, man. Please, man. Hold on, chill. Chill. Chill, bro. Chill, please, chill. Hold on. Let me get this real quick. Chill, bro. Yeah, just you stay there. Stay. Thank you. Let me just real quick. And if you move, I'm gonna stop this fucking series right here. Fuck this. I'll be embarrassed. Can I do like double crits? Like if I butterfly click? I'm not very good at it. But I got a model broken model by the way. But yeah, I'm low key broke, and I'm low key like the thing is, I don't get super aggressive about stuff. I just feel like when I do get a little bit aggravated, shit breaks, you know? And some people may relate to this. Like, you know, oh, I have so much power within me. Dude, I don't know. Crazy. This is the one where I took the bed, I think. Do I? Yes, I have apple. There is a farm. I should get food. I mean, obviously. Low key, my mind is like fully empty of things to talk about. So I mean, we're just gonna kind of have commentary over the gameplay, and I'm gonna try to come up with something because I just like I'm very interested in topics and stuff. In fact, I'm gonna close the game for now and see if the recording is fine. Alright, everything was fine. I checked it out and we are going to continue. Sure, the gameplay was a little bit laggy, but whatever. I was laughing because, I don't have cats, but I just like, I got this, I got this feeling that there was a cat in my room when I watched the video, because there was like a little meow during one point, and I was like, I looked behind my shoulder, I was like, what the hell? But no, yeah, I saw the cat in the recording, and I was like, oh, I just got tricked basically. But I'm not gonna stay in this village. I've just been spinning around, but I do have mostly everything that I need. Because usually when I get the iron, I just make these two things, okay? I make a water bucket and I make a shield. Other stuff doesn't really matter to me, especially at the start. The next thing I'm gonna like grind on is armor and stuff, but I mean, when you go to the mine, it shouldn't be too big of a deal to kind of go down and like get some iron and then get the armor. And hope that monsters don't like come and fucking like mess your whole thing. Yeah. Our journey begins in this world, and then we're just gonna get rid of it because I'm gonna start a new world when I stream. So, what a beautiful journey. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like life reflects in hardcore a lot. I mean, the thing is, when you play Minecraft as in like survival, you're gonna get very bored very quickly because like actually it kind of depends on the player, I guess, but um there's this oh Jesus. Um there's this kind of existential idea about hardcore. I've basically only played hardcore worlds ever, or not ever actually. I've played Minecraft for a long time, but like for example, when I got familiar with like Bilza's stuff, and for example, I've played RuneScape, for example, and there's the Iron Man challenge, or like Iron Man mode in game. I got into Skyblock in Hypixel, and I decided, I was like, okay, if I die in uh this profile even once, I'm gonna delete the profile and start it over. And you know, a lot of progress. I got I think I got some dragon stuff, if I'm not wrong. I might be very wrong actually about that. I basically just got very basic stuff, maybe even. But I was very far overall. Just like I think I played actually over 24 hours on that profile. And then everything was over because I fell into the void. The thing is, you could have very easily quit the server in order to avoid falling into the void. But funnily enough, I I I, I kind of when like misclicked it a few times, and then I hear the death sound, and that was kind of it. But I feel like there's this kind of beautiful idea about like the uh, Iron Man mode. Like once when I played Roblox, I got into this grinding game where you're supposed to like kill monsters and stuff, and if there was this ability to put on like permadeath, and well, I died on that too, but it's just I wouldn't have played that game if there wasn't permadeath, or at least that long. Well, I did quit playing on that game after that, but you know, it was still an experience. There's, by the way, turtles here, which is gonna be very useful if I'm gonna get the gold gold farm in the Nether, but that's pretty far ahead. Should be able to find those. Let's make a boat. Boat. There we go. I'm definitely actually there's some shipwreck I think there. I was like, I'm not gonna go that way because it doesn't. Well, actually, I think there's more actually here than that way. I don't know. Oh no, that's not a shipwreck. I thought that was a shipwreck. That's fucking. What even is this? Why is there this? I don't know, bro. Anyway, we are going to probably find a mine and get some stuff. But what the hell is that? It's a portal. Why is it so big? The fuck? I could get some gold from that and make a golden apple or something, but I don't know. I don't have any iron stuff. Where's the chest? Oh shit. I always get goosebumps when I like, you know, something odd happens, which is like, it's better than getting like super scared and being stressed out, but like, it's still a nice, not a nice feeling really. Fucking flint. Are we dead ass? Where's the fish here? I mean, I guess we're gonna make flint and steel with that. Flint and steel. Okay, that lucky gave me the idea of talking about Minecraft movie. I had a lot of fun watching the movie. I just honestly I was very disappointed when I saw the Minecraft movie trailer, and like, yeah, I mean, first of all, Jack Black. I love Jack Black, but come on, Steve. Really, I've always thought that Steve is like this very muscular, big build, kind of uh like, but you know what I'm talking about, like kind of a wanderer type. Like he has all these dirty clothing and stuff, like dirty clothing. Obviously has the blue shirt. Maybe he actually like, if I think of a Minecraft movie that I imagined where like Steve is like this, as I said, uh, lone wanderer, then I think that he discovers the shirt somehow. I mean, that would add some tension to the story, like some build up. He becomes the Steve instead of Steve. But I'm a story writer myself, so it's like it would make sense to me in my head. But I don't have any food, by the way, so that's pretty nice. There's some iron right there. I guess we're gonna go get it. And do we have any blocks? Not really. Gonna get the pickaxe. Go get that iron. Yeah, that was it. How nice. The thing is, the Minecraft movie made sense to me in a sense because I discovered Minecraft in a very young age, I guess. And obviously I wouldn't have thought Minecraft movie to be as I'd wish it to be right now, but um I feel like it brings some sort of nostalgia, even though there isn't like a nostalgia factor or anything. I feel like it still brings nostalgia in that sense that like it's kind of a goofy kind of movie experience, like hearing Jack Black yell "Chicken Jockey" or fucking "Flint and Steel," like, bro. I was like, are we dead ass? Is this the Minecraft movie that I anticipated for years? Uh, it's it was disappointing to see that, but I mean, it really, to be honest, it was to be expected that it wasn't the best movie. I feel like the same went for like Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I'm a big FNAF fan, and I feel like it very much disappointed me of how like artificial the movie felt. I feel like that's the thing. I feel like I want like authentic movies in that sense. Uh, that they don't like feel like it's like it's like foods with sweeteners. You can kind of like sense the artificial sweeting or sweet taste in it, and I feel like to me that was the same for like the FNAF movie, that it kind of it felt artificial, It doesn't feel the same because like for example when I started the become being like a FNAF fan, it like kind of it felt actually authentic. It felt something that I've never experienced before. To many FNAF, like younger FNAF fans, I feel like that could be like kind of a factor that, you know, people could be kind of scared of the movie in a sense. But I mean, obviously, it's not that scary of a movie. Not at all. Okay, I gotta say, I don't have any food. I have these fucking 3 potatoes, but if I could find another village, I could get some bread. Because I just kind of low-key just went with the oh, I've been here spinning around, but I just have done nothing. Um, but as it turns out, I should have done something there, so I'm stupid. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's go. Let's go this way. I don't know, like, is this an island right here? I don't know. Mm, I feel like the the effect that the movies had was like, you know, when I started playing the 2 games, the FNAF and Minecrafts, you know, the there was like something, the sense of unfamiliarity with the game. Like, you know, Minecraft, it felt odd, like like watching videos, because like I guess it was the freedom of it. Like the same went to GTA 5. Like I really wanted to play GTA 5 because I saw these videos and you can just go around doing whatever. Why do you look like a pit bull? Loki. These are like this is a weird add-on to like make these animals look different, but whatever. But like the factor of, you know, unfamiliarity with your current like environment, like the FNAF added a sense of like I never was into, I never were into horror stuff, and FNAF was basically the the opening for horror for me, and I feel like that's the main trigger that caused me to like get interested. Oh, that made me interested in the game, and you know that might be the reason why I just didn't feel that a very good vibe of these movies, because the things that made the game special for me was that kind of, you know, unfamiliarity, like the difference in that kind of uh like environment. It didn't feel like my like usual environment. I just like I open to new kind of stuff. I've been circling around this topic a lot, and I don't like that. So, you know, I might move into a new topic. Like I just like I have been thinking about this one topic a lot, and it really bothers me, and I feel like this could help me to kind of open up about it. I'm personally an anti-natalist, right? So I think it's, I don't think that there is absolute morals, but one moral that I think should be absolute is actually antinatalism, because we low-key don't have well, we have the ability, but we shouldn't have the permission to make new life. I just don't, I don't see how that could ever be like existentially moral. And you know, when you hold up, let me think. When you, I guess my reasoning for what I believe in is based on a lot of uh discovering philosophy and stuff. And you know, it was a long ass journey. It was a very long journey to get where I am right now today with my philosophical takes. And I feel like it's very hard to convince people to follow a certain thing. It takes a lot of reasoning and also the ability to not be biased by something. Like, for example, I could be biased with the fact that I'm an anti-nihilist for a lot of stuff, but also it's like it feels to me that it's one of those it's actually one of those like values that I personally have that I'm not I'm not very skeptical about it. I'm very realistic. I just feel like it's a very realistic uh, view to have, honestly. Like the discarding of like the idea that you know giving life is like this. It's almost like a religious kind of thing. Like we give because we have so much awareness of our experience and our like you know our perspective of life and stuff. But I feel like there's like this philosophical factor that we still tend to kind of uh follow, like the idea that you know religion a religion is like the idea that you know life is good, death is bad. I just feel like, and you know, I feel like the why you could say that death is bad because there is the possibility that you're gonna die and you're gonna end up in hell, even though in many religions people don't even think that the hell exists. But like, I genuinely think that many Christians believe that. I'm generalizing. I mean, I'm saying Christianity, but Christianity has so much like kind of. Am I back to the same village? It's just the same village. Hold up. I don't know. Have I went in circles? No, because the village was very close to spawn. And I'm very far from the spawn. Anyway, oh my god, my throat is getting so dry right now. Hold up. Do I have any liquids that I could moisturize my voice, my vocal cords? Holy. Um. Oh, my voice feels very thick right now. Now that I drank and I'm like moisturized. I thought that fucking this this big boy almost started attacking me for no reason. Anyway, I'm generalizing with Christianity because it's kind of like the world dominating religion in a sense. And um obviously like any religion could be pretty much correct. Like I'm saying that because like you know you could like my one of my like stances on religion tends from the fact that you know how could we prove that Christianity is correct when there's so many religions out there. And I just feel like it's kind of it's kind of hard to obviously there's a lot of proof, like proof, not evidence but proof for like you know Christianity being somewhat true, but it's I don't think it's really evidence. I mean when we look for evidence, we look for something like, for example, in science, we can't prove that science is absolutely real, but what we can prove is that if something occurs multiple times in a similar fashion, it tends to be true. And I feel like that's what evidence is for me. Like, the reason why we have like these kind of what is the word? Hold up. When oh okay, what is this word? Hold on, I need to think. Wait here till I come up with the word. Hold on. Harvard does. It's like a different word for experiment. Whatever. Um, it's like I might die. Hold on. But like when you do like that kind of an experiment where something occurs multiple times, usually that tends to be pretty strong evidence. Obviously, you could say that it's not really evidence when when we haven't personally seen that happen, but that just kind of goes into the idea that anything that we perceive is only true, not like other stuff. Like, for example, you watch your favorite YouTubers, but because you haven't seen them, they're unreal. But like, I mean, you could argue that so many people well, I guess we could just go into this kind of matrix kind of solipsistic um idea, but honestly, I just like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like it logically doesn't make any sense. Like, why would there be other beings that are so similar to you and think in such a similar fashion than you, and you'd be the only one who experiences that? I mean, I guess you could say that it's some kind of a simulation, but it's kind of stupid. I mean, personally, I'm sitting here alone in my chair, like talking about this, and I just I can imagine other people kind of imagining that I'm not a real person, you know, but I am. Where's the zombie? I don't know. Anyway, point being that where was I even like where did this idea come from? Like I started from solipsism and then I moved into no, not solipsism, I mean antinatalism. But then I moved to the topic that we can experience others. Yeah, that I think that's where I was actually. We can experience someone else's suffering or someone else's life overall. Why would we have to say for someone else's life? And I feel like this is kind of it's actually kind of raw in its essence to think that it's not really a an absolute, but it feels like such a like a like an absolute idea. Actually, now I remember where I went from antinatalism. I went from antinatalism to religion, like the idea that why religions might have affected our perspective on why life is actually worth giving instead of that, or like the idea that life is better than death. But that's the thing. Like life isn't the same as death because you experience death, but we don't experience non-existence. We think when we die, we go into death, but realistically, we just go into the same state that we were in before existence, and it's kind of uh, it's not absolutely it's not the same thing. Like, but the important point here is that when we when we talk about giving new life, we can't really give our own perspective on it because that's its own life. Unless you think solipsism is real, which is kind of, you know, why would you have kids if you think that you're the only experiencer in the whole world and you're just gonna die one day and then there's gonna be, like, I guess you could think that, you know, um, you're not gonna be alone, or like continuing your legacy can be a honestly, I can argue with the fact that legacy is one of the best kind of ways to find purpose, like building a legacy of, like, maybe you want to build a legacy of being endurant and resilient, maybe you want to build a legacy of being a very rich person. Ooh, should look at that. Or maybe you just want to build a legacy of being like a very horrible person, like, you know, you think of like uh Unabomber, which is like, I mean, he had his own reasons to do what he did, but obviously that doesn't really, you know, make it right in any way. And he kind of knew that his views are going to be looked down upon, and kind of, actually, I don't have a very good axe, so I guess we should make a better axe real quick, or fixed. Oh, we don't have stone. Oh, well, let's get stone then. Let's get stoned. We are going to raid this goddamn outpost. I've done this so many times, and I enjoy it every time, man. It's so relieving. Stress relief for me, basically. Should we make another shield? Because, well, this is gonna wear on that. Where's it? There. I'm not very good at, like, navigating my inventory or crafting table yet. All right. No, not today. Thank you. What is this for? Okay. Can we find any more, or should we just kind of go to the outpost already? Oh yeah, I don't have any armor. I just realized. That's kind of bad. Because usually when I do this, I have armor. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how to, like, have so much fun in this game. Okay. You go to the top. This guy on the roof. You take their food, okay? You take their wood. You take their goat horn. You take their iron. And then become the agent of chaos. Because realistically, that is the most fun you can ever have. Anyways. Oh yeah, they're coming after me. Bye. 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 Oh shit. I'm actually gonna die. Bye. 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 Oh, Jesus. Oh shit. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat. I think we're gonna get attacked even more soon. Just gonna look around. Anyway, this is the most fun you can ever have in Minecraft. I'll be real with you. You eat some bread, honestly. You see that, like, golden thing that appears on the food bars? That's very useful, actually, because I've learned a lot about food overall in this game. by having those appear there. It's very useful because, you know, you're gonna actually understand a little bit more about how, like, the hunger doesn't just um, fill your hunger bar. It actually also gives you kind of extra health in a sense. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, just burn. Just burn. Just burn. Just burn, please. Oh Jesus! Okay, I just died. Okay, where'd that? Okay, this is very useful that you have the player deaths. That's pretty nice. Anyways, gonna go to there. Um, actually, I'm gonna talk about the antinatalism a little bit before, like, I stop this video because I've talked for a good 40 minutes probably, including the first recording. But um, you know, it's kind of unhuman to even think that um, life isn't worth killing, in a sense. It's very unhuman, even because, like, obviously, naturally, we're meant to reproduce, but obviously, kind of having morals takes a lot of unnaturality because naturally we're meant to kill, but killing can be seen as immoral. And for example, I could use this example when you start a Minecraft hardcore um, world. It's very uh, you do want to kill animals in order to get food because it's the quickest way to get it and even get the best food out of it. But in a sense, I feel like this it's very similar to have morals in a video game that it is to have in real life because um uh, they are still kind of an unnatural phenomenon. And I personally don't really like killing other animals in Minecraft, for example. It's not because I'm a pussy or shit, but it's like I personally find compassion in a lot of things, like beyond just real life, and just like obviously it can be from previous experiences and stuff, but and just like overall the factors that make something cute and something not. But I mean, and even like, you know, me bringing down this pillager outpost, it can be because they are just annoying, but I mean, obviously I wouldn't do it if they wouldn't attack back, right? Stuff like that, you know. Obviously self-defense is also a very important topic in like the idea of, or like the topic of killing, and is it immoral or not. But mm, you know, antinatalism gives a whole new perspective. For example, veganism, um it's not about not eating animals, it's about not causing other conscious beings to live in order to be someone else's food when you could very easily get some other food. Actually, it's not easy. That's where I need to kind of. That's what I need to understand. It's not very easy to actually um, not kill other beings. Why? What am I saying? It's not very easy to attain foods that aren't from animals. As I said, like for example, in Minecraft, it's very easy to kill other animals in order to get your beef, or you know, lamb, shit like that. But you know, even with a little bit of compassion, you can just kind of, you can either get get your food from like a village or something, in order to like survive, or then not survive at all. Just kind of die out of hunger because you don't want to kill other beings. And I feel like, you know, for example, I've watched the anime Monster for a while now, and I feel like it's like one thing that really just kind of triggered a a switch in my brain about the idea of compassion. It kind of it broke the illusion a little bit to think that they're talking about saving lives and is it moral to take a life away, but they're eating meat. Like what is the difference between killing a human being and an animal? Like, and also one thing is like, you know, the downsides of not eating meat doesn't really matter. Like, obviously, you could think that morality is just a construct made socially, and that, you know, it doesn't really matter if some being suffers because suffering exists no matter what. But actually, let's put some ambience here. There we go. But suffering, even though suffering exists overall, it's like it's. I feel like it's not about the suffering itself. Like, obviously, like, I feel like in a sense, a lot of the times ends justify no, yeah, and ends justify the means, right? But I feel like the point where I don't cross that line, or like where I'm not willing to cross the line, is the idea of giving birth, because you're basically making something non-existent into existent and making that being suffer, and then it's like kind of anyway. My point isn't there. It's pretty much in the fact that a hold up. The downsides of not eating other animals is only death, but the upsides of upsides of killing and eating animals is having good health, for example. But the thing that people forget, or like veganism doesn't even cause bad health necessarily, not at least to many people, but it doesn't actually. It's a pretty healthy diet. It's just that people usually just kind of um, see health as same as longevity, and I feel like veganism tends more towards longevity. Mm. While then eating meat would be more healthy, right? But it's like the thing is the upsides seem good, but the downsides are way more life than yours. Like the death of way more life than yours, way more suffering than yours. Many people don't even suffer, and they eat meat that was sourced from other animals that had to suffer a lot, actually, a lot more than a human could. And even the idea, like, here's another thing. It could be even less moral to um, kill animals, because thing is, um, it's less moral to kill animals than to kill humans, or like make them suffer. I guess to make animals suffer is less moral, or like more immoral, than to cause suffering to humans, because as humans we have kind of the ability to reflect on the fact that suffering is kind of inevitable, and that um, we can kind of justify our suffering philosophically. Of course, that doesn't like kind of change the fact that everybody kind of suffers in a similar fashion. But like an animal is kind of, they're kind of trapped in the fact that they are um, living a life basically made out of suffering, and a life out of being someone else's food. And they can reflect on that in any kind of way. And I feel like that's, in a sense, more immoral than to actually be able to reflect on someone else's, on your own suffering. I mean, because you can never reflect on someone else's suffering because everybody suffers very differently. And is that a fucking, oh my god, it was right under where I died actually. Holy shit. How many of these are actually in Minecraft? I don't know. But honestly, I would be very nervous to go into one of these, especially in hardcore, unless I had like netherite armor or some shit. Honestly, I don't really have anything else to really speak about. I'm gonna go to Hypixel, maybe. Actually, PvP land. Let's go there. Anyways, yeah, I've made a video for YouTube, even though I really just wanted to stream, honestly. My brain is fully like kind of out of it. I don't really know how to stop videos. I usually would just be like, oh yeah, now we've done with the video, and yeah, nice, thank you for watching. You know, it's kind of, it's awkward to stop a video because I just like, I can only see situations where I continue a conversation. I'm not a very talkative person, but I just like, I feel like I can really talk easily when I'm just like kind of talking by myself, or even like without other people being around, because it's more it's more reflective than actually than to talk to other people face to face, especially during streams. It's not very like, it's not as social as it is reflective, because obviously you can read the chat and stuff, but I mean, it's more reflective because you're just kind of it's your own mind, but it's still comments around you. It's like talking to ChatGPT. It's not really talking to another person with its own biases. It's more of the chat, or the AI reflects on what you've talked about it without any bias. I mean, obviously there's some bias, like, you know, the people who have developed the AI, they kind of reflect on no, they have their own biases. My brain is just not working like very effectively currently. I'm just like, I've been talking so much and there's so much on my mind currently. And you can hear my fucking voice is like dry as shit, and I just like forget to drink water. But yeah, I'm gonna upload this video. I'm gonna come back with a stream instead of a video, because I don't necessarily like doing videos, because uh it's less it's less authentic in a sense, I guess. As I said before, I'm very bad at stopping a video. I don't know, should I just be here and be like, bye, bye? got my new account and streaming is available, and overall my time available? Well, I have a lot of stuff going on currently. Like, not some, you know, deep existential stuff. I mean, like, a kind of like um responsibilities and stuff. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't. As I said, I don't want to stop videos because it's like I'm low key fucking bad at doing that. But yeah, as I'm walking backwards, I'm just gonna stop this video and say like, uh, subscribe to atFall. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, goodbye, 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 bye, bye, bye.